Hello everyone, this is Geek Programmer here with another video of C++. In this video we'll be looking at how to use the terminal of ArchLinux. So let's get started. So the terminal can be used instead of your GUI. You'll need it when compiling your C++ programs, when you program them on ArchLinux. So you can either open the terminal using this button or the icon here. I'll just open it using this one. And just for reference, I'll open File Manager just so that we see what's happening. So before we start, let me delete this folder. As you can see, we are in the user directory or the user folder, and we can use the ls command, which is list, to list everything in this directory or in this folder, and it's desktop and downloads, as you can see there. You can also say ls space -l, and that will give you a lot more info about each item or file in the folder. So a directory is basically a folder, and then you have each file in a folder or in a directory. Next we have the make directory command. So in this current directory user, so in this folder, I'm going to create another directory or another folder called, let's say, C++, and this will create or make a new directory, and there we have C++. You can also create a subdirectory, that is a directory within a directory, without opening the C++ folder. So I could say make directory C++ /test1, and if I were to open here, I have test1. Let me just go back. Then we have the cd command, which is change directory. So if I use the GUI, I could just open it by double clicking, but if I had to use the terminal, I would have to say change directory C++. And now I'm in the C++ folder. As you can see here, user/C++. And if I list everything in this folder, I'll get my other folder or my other directory, test1. Now I can create another directory in this directory. I'll call it make dir test2, and there's my next folder. I can go back to my user folder by saying cd space ... That will take me back to my user folder, which is this folder. And to change back to C++, change directory C++, and I'll go into test1. Change directory again, test1. Please note this is case sensitive, and currently I'm inside the folder test1. Then we have the touch command, which is used to create files. So I could say touch file1.txt, and this will create an empty text file called file1.txt. I could open it, and you can see that it's empty. Let me just add some text to it. Geek Programmer, and Control S for save. And now if I list the contents of this directory, it will only show file1.txt. However, if I say ls-l, it will show me more information about this file. And this fifth column, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will show me how big this file is. This shows how many bytes it is. In this case, 15 bytes. We can check it here, 15 bytes. Next we have the copy command, which is cp for copy. So I'd say cp, first you'd mention the name of the file to copy, that is in this case file1.txt, and the name of the copy. So let me say file1 copy.txt, and there you have your copy. If you open it, you can see Geek Programmer. You can also make a copy into another subdirectory. So let me first create another subdirectory, make dir sub1. There you have it. And let me say copy file1.txt to sub1/subcopy.txt. And now if I open my sub1, I'll see my subcopy.txt, and it's an exact copy. I can also check it through my terminal. I could say cd, and if I press tab twice, it will show me all the options that I can type after cd. In this case, file1copy.txt, file1.txt, and sub1. However, not all of them will work, as some of them are just files and sub1 is a directory which will work. So I could say cd, as soon as I type s, if I press tab, it will auto-complete for me. Sub1 /. I'm currently inside sub1, and let me create two files, touch file 1 and touch file 2. However, if I wanted to autocomplete file 1 and I typed F and I press tab, it won't autocomplete because it doesn't know if it should complete file 1 or 2. If I press tab again, it'll show everything with F. In this case, it shows a lot of things. It doesn't just show the items in the folder because I didn't use any command, and it's just a lot of information, a lot of different things you can do. So let me just clear this. Then we have the move command, mv, short for move. We could say move. Let me just go back to test 1. I could say move file1.txt to sub1/file1.txt. So I'd say move and then whatever file I want to move to the new location. In this case, sub1 file1.txt. Enter, and I've moved it to sub1 file1.txt. I can also use the move command to rename a file. For example, let me just change into sub1. I could say move file1. I could give it a new name, renamed. And their file1 has become renamed. Then we have the rm command, which is short for remove, basically to delete a file. So in this case, let me delete file 2, rm file 2, and there it's gone. If you, however, try to delete a directory, in this case, let me try and delete sub1. It will give you an error because it's a directory and you could have a lot of files in there. You don't want to just lose them by mistake. So to confirm that you do want to delete a directory, you'd have to add -r. So rm -r sub1. That would delete the directory sub1. Then we have man, which is short for manual. So I could say man and enter any command, and it would give me a manual on that command. For example, let me say man rm. So this would give me a help menu basically of the remove function. So rm remove files or directories, you could read the description and there's a lot of information about it. Different letters you could add to change the function of rm, and you press Q to quit or H for help. You could say man ls, and that is to list directory contents. As you can see here, when we add the -l, it's use a long listing format to give more information. Now if you are a University of Pretoria student, you're going to have to compress your tasks before you upload them, your practical tasks, and you'd also have to decompress practical specifications. So in order to compress a file, I'll use, let me just create two files here. So touch file 1 and touch file 2. Before we move on, let me just show. If I say ls, it'll show me 3 files here, and I can delete this one in this menu, and then typing ls will show me 2. So in this case, if I want to compress these 2 files, I will say tar-cvz, and then I'd list my files that I want to compress into this compressed folder, file 1 space file 2 -f, and the name of the compressed folder. Let me say comp.tar.gz, and there I have my compressed folder. To compress, you say tar-cvz, list all the files you want to compress separated by a space, -f, and then the name of your compressed folder, .tar.gz. Let me just delete these 2, and I'll show you how to uncompress them, decompress them. So if I ls, I only have my compressed folder there. To decompress them or extract them, I'd say tar xzf comp.tar.gz. So basically tar xzf and your compressed folder name. That's to extract them. However, sometimes if that does not work, you just take out the z and it will do the same. Sorry, let me just show that. There. If you want to move back to a command you used previously, you can use the up arrow, and you can scroll through all the commands you used previously. That's the end of this video, how to use the ArchLinux terminal. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any suggestions or comments, let me know in the comments below. And that's it. This is Geek Programmer signing out. Sayonara.